What are you talking about?
Hey, welcome back to Steve Reads a Comic. What's up, Steve?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, Rob?
Hey, hello. How you doing?
Pretty good. It's November 15th, 2023, the 22nd anniversary of Halo 1. In case anybody's keeping track of such things, I don't know who would.
Nope.
It's an important date. Big important date for certain
you.
nerds. For certain nerds.
For someone that had an Xbox.
Yeah, so what's new?
I had a lady yell at me today because I didn't know the address to one of the stores I was working at.
You fucking idiot.
She's like, "What's the address here?" I was like, "I don't know." Now,
Why-
granted,
you know?
it is my account and everything, and I do
Yeah.
go there every day. But the only time I looked at that address of that store was to figure out how to get there. Right. Since then, I don't know what the fucking address is.
You might not even know the name of the store you're in at this point. Like,
right.
You're just on autopilot. You're just like, where am I?
Right. I do the same monotonous bullshit every day. I like, well, what is existence? That's what I'm thinking. So anyway, before I even get a chance to point to the fucking numbers on the window above the entrance, she's like, "You don't know the address here?" And I was like, "Lady, no, I don't know." And then I immediately thought, like, who doesn't have a fucking Google Maps at this point? Like, what person on this planet doesn't know how to use GPS on their fucking phone?
Your father.
Was she 90?
No, but she was. Yeah, she wasn't 90. She was like middle age. She was like 40s, like our age, dude.
Yeah,
but she looked like hippie-ish, like
gotcha.
the Midtown people. So
I find it funny that you're like middle aged. Oh shit, that's my age.
That's us.
Yeah. When I said it, I was like, "Oh fuck, it's us."
What I hate is I'll go to describe somebody and I'll be like this old motherfucker, and then I'll think about it and I'm like, he was probably in his 50s, and I'm almost 50. But I'm like, some old people or some people older than me look a lot older than me.
Yeah,
I was mad today I went to the grocery store to grab like 2 items. I go to checkout and there's 30 checkouts, one cashier. But all the self checkouts are open, so everybody's in those. And then there's this old lady, and this was an actual old lady. She's probably in her 60s at least, with about 30 to 40 items, and the 12 items or less self checkout. So I'm sitting there just imagining all the ways I would harm and murder her. And then, but the guy in front of me, he just had like a bag of potatoes. Somehow he turned a 1 item transaction into like a 5-minute transaction. I'm like, I'm going to kill everybody in here. I'm going to kill everyone in here. I do not understand what's happening. I get up there, dude. You would think I'm on a timer the way I do my self checkout, dude. I'm using like all my limbs simultaneously. I'm like juggling, dude.
Yeah.
I'm bringing stuff up at the same time. I'm paying for it at the same time I'm walking out the door.
I know multiple people that they just scam it. They'll just scan something and then put 2 things in their bag, instead of paying for everything.
Good.
And I'm like, fuck them, like,
yeah, exactly.
Make me fucking scam
and these are the
shit.
same people same stores and corporations that are complaining about shrink. It's like,
right.
Yeah, you're fucking, what do you expect? Not that I do it, but I'm just saying. Nothing's worse. I'm like Sean. I am speedy, and then all of a sudden it says, place item in bag. I'm like, fuck you. It's in the bag.
Oh, dude.
Then you got to wait 20 minutes for that one attendant that's got 20 self-checkouts to come and like you do all that shit on the screen. And then guess what? As soon as she turns away, it happens again. I'm like, fuck this. This is ridiculous.
It's almost better to stand in the one open lane.
I do sometimes. And then like, I'm so fast, even when I use my credit card, like when I go through the one where they actually have a cashier, I'll put at Kroger's, you can put your card in and go ahead and do everything so that it's ready. And then all she does is hand you a receipt. You can punch in your PIN and everything. Meanwhile, last time I was in there, somebody whipped out a checkbook. I'm like, oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Right.
This was a while ago, but I was like, gosh, damn. people still carry those.
Do you accept third-party out-of-state checks?
I'm about to just start scanning avocados and putting beer in the cart, man. Like I haven't done it yet, but I know tons of people that do.
Dude,
Yeah,
I moved so quickly that I was checking out a Meijer once. They have cameras on you, which I didn't even know. And it said that I didn't put something, like I didn't scan something and put it in the back when I did. And they had to come over and verify it. And it was a whole thing. I'm like, if you're going to accuse me of stealing, you shouldn't have self-checkout. I'm not stealing, like I can't, all this technology. And again, we were all told that we wouldn't go to this automated stuff unless people got that $15 an hour minimum wage. But lo and behold, here we are. Everything's automated. No federal $15 an hour minimum wage. Crazy how that propaganda was just Republican bullshit. Of course, they're going to fucking mechanize everything if they can. Like, they don't give a fuck about paying us. If they did, they'd give a $15 minimum wage. Like, what the hell?
What's the most items you'll go through the self-checkout with? Like, will you roll up a whole fucking full cart?
Dude,
No,
sometimes you
absolutely
have
not.
to.
No, I will
Sometimes
not.
they
And
don't have any fucking registers open.
No, I'm only doing that if I have a second person with me to, because dude, I'm not doing all that. And at that point, I am stealing. I'm stealing. I'm that Bill Burr bit. I'm rolling hams out the fucking door, dude. Like, do you recognize me? It's because I don't fucking work here.
I'm just thinking we should all get together, just go shopping at the same time, fill up our carts, and take up all the fucking lanes.
Right. And then just sit there. And the whole time that old lady's checking out, like her thing is just blinking the whole time. Like her. It's like, oh God. It's like, this is where we are. This is where we're at. And all I can think too is like, this lady voted for Trump. I know it. I can tell just by looking at her. This chick voted for Trump with her 40 items in the 12 item or less lane.
Yeah, well, I've read a bunch of stuff on corporations. Like Walgreens came out, remember, I don't know, it was 6 months ago, and was complaining about shrink. And then they've since say, well, we might exaggerate it a little. You think? But there's like so many steps they could do to like improve it, and they just won't do it because
they're losing less money with shrink than it would be to put in those implement those measures that would protect
they're
shrink.
losing less money with shrink than hiring fucking employees too.
Right. So it's worth it to them.
That's why they're thinly staffed, and you wonder why you have a fucking theft problem.
Dude, these people are running in the stores every day and just running out with shit. They don't even care anymore, dude. Like all the time. And like Family Dollar and Dollar General and stuff like that. Their policy is to let them go. Like don't touch them.
Engage with them.
Don't engage. Yeah. So like, I mean, that's why your shrink's so high, because everybody's just going in there. They grab laundry baskets, fill up the shit, and then just walk out.
Nice.
They don't even run anymore. They just walk the fuck out.
They're probably on a first name basis with the cashier. They're like, hey, Bill.
Hey, just get my free shit.
Just get my shit.
Don't try me. I do have a gun.
Right. Full of guns. Made out of guns.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, the part of owning the gun is legal.
What they need to do is hire like an armed security guard at every spot, but that costs money.
That would cost money,
and they don't want to do that.
All right. Anybody watch the Madam Web trailer today?
I did. It was in my feed, and I was like, "Oh, I'll watch this."
I forgot.
I didn't even know it was being made.
I did. I knew about it. It's not even that it looks bad. It looks so mediocre, so pointless. Nobody wants a Madam Web movie. Most people do not know who Madam Web even is.
No, I do not.
I think we read a comic about her, and I still don't remember who she was.
The main way I know her is from the 90s Spider-Man cartoon. That was my introduction to Madam Web, and then there was the first Spider-Verse storyline. I think she was the other was the storyline. She like popped up. But I mean, she basically in the comics, she's like some old lady who just sits on a throne and, dictates. She's almost like the Watcher, but for Spider-Man or something, but she gets involved. I don't know. She brought all the Spider people together for the Spider-Verse thing in the comics. Not a character anybody's like, I don't even think she's had her own series ever, because no one cares about Madam Web. It's just weird what they do with when they get these properties. You're like, okay, you're doing it wrong now. I mean, Sony's been doing it wrong.
Not even a 1968 series or anything like that.
As far as I know, no. But yeah, this Sony is just trying to milk that Spider-Man license, and they're going about it all wrong.
Well, they didn't cast her as an old lady, I can tell you that.
Yeah, they got Dakota Johnson, Sydney Sweeney's in it as Spider-Woman. Yeah, it's another Morbius. It's another Craven. It's another movie that nobody asked for. They only like the diehards and the really bored people will go see. I'm not bored enough to go see those movies. I got plenty of other good entertainment. I don't need to go see that. I'll never see Morbius. I'll never see Craven. Just no reason to. Not good.
I'm sorry, I didn't watch the trailer. What's the quick setup? Like, what is going on?
I don't know.
Madam Web, and then there's like some evil Spider-Man running around or something.
She's got psychic powers, and
she could see the future sometimes.
Yeah, and then there were like 4 other girls that were like Spider Women, or potential Spider Women, or I don't know. That's the gist I got from it.
Okay,
sounds right. We'll go with that.
So, which one looked better, Craven or this one?
I don't even remember seeing a trailer for Craven. It was forgettable.
Pass. There's not comparing turds. It's just no interest on my part.
I was just thinking, which one should I see first? I was going to go with your recommendation.
They're probably going to do a triple feature: Morbius, Craven, Madam Web. You should probably just go to that.
They're going to put it back in the theaters after everyone trolls them again.
Yeah, they're like, oh, turns out they didn't think it was the greatest movie ever. That was a joke. How weird is that? Very, very cool, Sony. Very smart.
I think we should start watching movies for the podcast that you refuse to move or to watch.
Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think that would be fun, especially Morbius.
Yeah, I like not watching things I don't want to watch.
I watch shit I don't want to watch all the time that you pick.
That is true.
Yeah, but I pick good stuff though. I'm not giving you Morbius.
Well, not everything you pick Rob likes.
I'm not hiding under
I
the
say
cover.
Liked it. I said it's good. That's those two things are not necessarily the same. Something can be good and people could still not like it. That happens quite a bit. Look at the Matrix Revolutions.
Well, I did watch the Ghostbusters trailer you talked about last week.
Oh, did you? What'd you think of that?
I thought it looks fine. I thought it looks fun.
It just doesn't feel like Ghostbusters, man. They're going for like big event disaster movie type vibes like that. That's not Ghostbusters. They had a Marshmallow Man.
I didn't think it looked serious. As scary as you thought.
No, I don't think it looks scary. I think they're going though for that. To me, it reminds me like we had all those disaster movies for a minute about 10 years ago or so. Where there was an avalanche or the world froze over or something. I didn't watch any of them because I don't care about movies based on weather. That's not my genre. But there were tons of them. The world, some cataclysmic event.
Yeah,
people surviving, and they're kind of doing that with this, with the big ice thing. And I'm just like, this is not what Ghostbusters is. This is not what it was. I don't like it. Will I go see it? Yeah, I'll go see it.
I don't think they can recreate that same thing.
I'm not asking them to recreate, but at least just keep it in the spirit of. That's all I'm asking. Keep it funny. Put normal, average guys in crazy situations who are going to crack one-liners and shit about it and who have good chemistry. That's it. Like it's not a tough formula. It's not wholly original. And then throw ghosts in there, supernatural shit. And yes, they save the world at the end, but instead of pretending like there's a chance they're not going to, which is what they try to build this up. Like, oh my God, how are they going to do this? Like, at no point watching Ghostbusters will be like, how are they going to beat the bad guy? That's not why you watch Ghostbusters. You're not there for the technology. You're there for the comedy, for the chemistry between the actors, the well-written dialogue. That's why you're going to see a Ghostbusters movie.
Once again, you were older when you saw it. I was scared shitless, like when Sigourney Weaver got sucked in the chair with the hands and everything. I was like, what is going on? It was very scary to me.
Okay, but it was also a PG movie, so you might have just been what they call a pussy. So that might have been the problem.
That's most definitely probably right.
What'd your friend say? Quit being a whiny bitch. Don't be a whiny bitch.
Yeah, well, I can't help my childhood, dude.
You can't. Go back. Change it around.
I can going forward, I can try and not be a whiny bitch.
But I can see, moments like that could be scary. But again, that wasn't the thrust of the movie. I'm not saying there weren't jump scares and stuff, but the thrust of the movie was never to be scary. It was to be funny.
You didn't get any Ghostbuster vibes in the first one?
What, the Afterlife?
Yeah.
Fuck no. That movie felt like they were trying to recreate Stranger Things, but with Ghostbusters in the Ghostbusters universe. It didn't, and then they would just throw in random shit. Remember this? That did not feel like Ghostbusters. It wasn't funny, first of all. I don't remember laughing a single time. I might have laughed once or twice. But because I like Paul Rudd, I like Carrie Coon.
It had kids in it. The first one wasn't about,
for some reason. What the fuck? That's what I mean. Like, why did you turn it into Stranger Things? And then they got this 8-year-old girl hefting up this 100-pound proton pack that grown men couldn't handle in the first movie. So little shit like that takes me out of it. Where she's just like, oh yeah, and I'm like, what? Like, Bill Murray couldn't even stand up.
Yeah, this new one even has a more Stranger Feelings vibe.
Stranger Things
vibe.
I like Stranger Things. It is what it is.
I do too.
It's not Ghostbusters.
Right.
Yeah.
I like Stranger Things as well. I don't need it in my new Ghostbusters movie.
Ghostbusters is dead to you.
So I'll go see it though, because there's not a lot of Ghostbusters content. It's too much Marvel content. So
you going to the theater, huh? See that one?
I saw the last one in the theater and it didn't look good, and I was right. So yeah, I'll go see this one and be right again instead of entertained. It's weird because they're not horrible movies, but goddamn, I don't think they could be more predictable though, too.
Yeah.
Well, with Afterlife anyway, I haven't seen the new one, but it just, the stuff they latch onto just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I'm going to see it.
But anyway, what else did any other trailers? The What If season 2 trailer came out. No interest in that. I'll watch that if I have nothing else to watch when it premieres. But dude, I finished watching Gen V, which is a spinoff of The Boys.
Oh, you finished it. Nice.
It's only 8 episodes. It goes quick. That you should watch that. If you like The Boys, you will like Gen V. It definitely skews younger, if that makes any sense, because it's still super violent. But it's about college kids, so it's it's not like 100% as good as The Boys. Like there's like 2 romances going on that I just didn't care about. I couldn't get invested in. Because it's just college kids. I'm like, I'm not here for that. I see more exploding dicks. That's why we're here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was any fucking giant dicks?
So you gotta watch it. So just give it a watch.
I didn't get to watch much this last weekend. My daughter had 2 play performances. There was a science fair. I had family pictures. The only thing we got to was Cobra Kai. We started watching it because we only had like 5 episodes left, and we're like, why didn't we finish that?
I thought a new season dropped, and I was out of the loop. I was like, what?
No, it's just the same one. Johnny's such a great character, dude.
So great.
He's like a white trash but endearing.
Yeah,
it's great. I love his character so much, dude. We got like 3 episodes of that left.
Excellent. Yeah, everybody in my house likes Cobra Kai, which is nice. We don't all agree on everything very often. What else did I watch? I was in the middle of watching a movie when Steve finally decided he was going to do a podcast today. I was watching a movie called Onyx the Fortuitous.
I caught you at like noon. Like, I thought that was good.
Yeah, and then you disappeared from the face of the earth, and we could only assume.
Yeah, because you told me at noon. Fucker.
What are you talking about?
I didn't know if we were even doing a podcast.
I texted you at noon.
You did not text me.
Oh,
I didn't get a text.
That's what that was saying. No, listen to me. There's an explanation. It said something like you don't have iMessage. I kept trying to send you messages, and it said your iMessage isn't on or something.
Well, then send it regular.
So I thought you still saw it. I thought I could still get text from you guys, but apparently not.
Huh.
So when I was, right before the podcast, I figured out how to turn iMessage back on. All right. Sorry. I didn't know that. So you guys were just texting back and forth and I didn't get anything?
Right before the podcast, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
we were waiting for you. Your brother called you by your full name.
Yeah, I didn't get any of that. Sorry.
Yeah, look at your phone. It's on there.
It's not, dude. I'll go to it right now, motherfucker.
I'm gonna believe Steve.
No,
like I said, I've had issues where I haven't gotten messages before. So
did you update your iPhone?
Look, bros.
That's not the last.
The last thing I got.
What's the blue?
It says.
That's Steve.
I said, gotta poop. Give me 5. Okay, ready. Yeah. And then the next thing I got from you, it says need to set up computer. But that was after I fixed the iMessage while I was pooping.
So anyway, I believe Steve, and Steve is also must not be drunk yet because he was very quick to say I apologize and move on. Like, whoa, what's happening?
Yeah, I dropped it. He said he was sorry.
Hey, man, I'm tired of getting fucking accused of shit.
You're just a whiny bitch, man. I'm sorry. I can't help
be such
it.
a whiny bitch.
I'm not the only one that feels that way.
You'd be a whiny bitch too if people were saying you did stuff you didn't do.
But most of the time you do.
What?
Yeah. Hey, while I was at the science fair, this is the second science fair in a row that I have not seen a volcano or any dry ice. And what is going on with that? I'm like, do they not do that anymore? Are we not allowed to use dry ice? I don't understand.
I think that's considered hack now.
It was overdone.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's very hack to do the volcano dry ice thing.
Well, you can still use dry ice for other stuff.
Steve's like, where's the damn dry ice?
Yeah, I was like, come on, man, 2 years in a row.
He's like, Steve's like, no, nobody wins. You're all a bunch of losers. Meanwhile, somebody's like figured out quantum physics and time travel. And like, no dry ice.
It's like Reed Richards over there in the corner.
Right.
I'm like knocking his display down.
Seeing dry ice over here.
Yeah, man. I didn't get to do. I was so busy this weekend. I didn't even watch it. We didn't even watch a Marvel movie, so just Cobra Kai. Sorry.
What else did I watch this week? Anything exciting? I play again. I'm still on video game kick, which is cool. Callisto Protocol DLC. I finished that game multiple times. I got back into Starfield. I started replaying the RoboCop game, which is super fun. And
dude, you got your RoboCop fucking Hot Toys, dude.
I've had it for a while. I had it out in the garage. I didn't really have anywhere to display it, and it still doesn't have a permanent home. It's on top of one of my speakers in front of my RoboCop poster. I don't think it's going to stay there though. But man, I love that thing. I just go over and stare at it.
Shauna sent me like 100 photos of different.
I didn't even send you all the photos I took.
Different positions. He's like, here's RoboCop with his legs in the air.
And what's funny is they're all slightly different positions because I was just trying to find a pose that looked straight out of the movie, and I was just like, I'm not nailing it. So I went and looked at stills, and I was like, all right, here's a good one. And after like 4 posing sessions, I finally landed on a pose I'm happy with.
You're like, work it, yes, no. Yeah, my Neo Resurrections fell over. It was on the floor when I came up here the other day. I was like, God damn it!
Oh,
luckily this one happened? I didn't have his sunglasses on, which was nice, or it probably would have snapped.
Yeah. But and maybe it's recency bias, but my RoboCop right now is currently my favorite Hot Toys. It is something I've been wanting for a really long time. My one comic book guy at Ground Zero, he had one of the original ones, which was pure silver, and he just had it out to play with, basically, not even on display. Excuse me.
Bless you.
And
Zoom tape.
thank you. So I used to mess around with that one, and then they came out with this. They call it the RoboCop 3 version, but it's literally the exact same as RoboCop 1, including Peter Weller's face. They didn't use a new face sculpt, even though it was a different actor in RoboCop 3. They did the purple and blue highlights that you can see on the suit in RoboCop 1. So it gives a little bit more depth. It looks more screen accurate than just the pure silver, even though you kind of picture RoboCop as pure silver. When you've watched the movie as many times as I have, you see where they actually painted blue and purple highlights to make it look like reflections and shit. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, this one just has like those little highlights on it that you don't really see unless you're really in a certain light, but it just adds more depth to it. Looks fantastic. Very happy.
You know, as much as I hated Neo doing the force push in that last movie, I think I'm going to set up the shield where he stops the bullets and stuff. So
Nice.
I might do that.
Do it.
It does kind of look awkward when you walk into the room. You're like, what the fuck is this? It's like too much, you know. But it is an iconic.
I think you got to
scene
turn
from
it
one of them.
sideways a little bit, you know, like
Yeah.
so that way you could see him in profile.
Mhm.
That's what I would do with it.
Yeah. That's what Sean and I do.
We play with our toys, play with our Marbies.
You said it, not me.
I have no problem with
Rob's
that term.
like, why you got to be little bitches?
It brings me joy.
How about Loki, guys? What'd you think?
Oh man, I was stunned how much I liked Loki.
I fucking loved it, dude. That
Quality
last
television.
Finale spoilers. Full Loki season 2 finale. They had an ending. It was an ending of consequence. I think something I really appreciated about this series and this season is something you can't really do in a time travel movie too much, which is like show all the faileds. I mean, they didn't show every time he failed or whatever, but you got a good idea of how many times he was, going back and forth and how long it took him to learn how to do stuff.
Centuries.
Yeah. And they were able to, fit all that stuff in.
That takes some dedication.
I'll tell you what this 6-block television series did. It never felt like they went too long in an episode. It never felt like it was too short. It seemed like the perfect amount. I don't even know how long the episodes were. I didn't care because it wasn't something I looked at the end, be like, oh, that's it, or whatever. It flowed, man. It flowed.
Yeah. They did a good job. It wasn't, like you said, it wasn't compressed, it wasn't decompressed.
Yeah.
They told the story they wanted to tell. All the characters felt like they had moments that were important and necessary, and yeah, it was really well done, which is nice because how much I've been shitting on the MCU as of late.
And the guy that took over, evidently it wasn't the original from what I was reading. Whoever did the first one, this was a different person, evidently.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah,
that's
they did
pretty
a great
impressive.
job.
That's
they had
impressive.
a vision,
yeah.
Or they, I don't know if it's different writers too, but and then they ended the story with finality. Became the Tree of Yggdrasil, from what I could tell. I didn't look that up, but that's what it looked like to me.
That's what it looked like to me because they showed it. They
Yeah.
showed
what
that tree like Yggdrasil.
Oh,
remember?
the tree in the Norse god stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where it leads to all the
I
different realms.
And yeah, so I'm guessing that's the end of Loki's story, which is good. It was a good way to end it. Good way to finish
I didn't
off
see
character.
that ending coming at all. I was like,
no.
That
and they
was
incorporated
so
it with like, what was it? General or his purpose or whatever. I forgot.
Right.
He even said that. I was like, damn.
Glorious purpose.
Glorious purpose. Yeah. That was cool, man. He just started grabbing dead branches and bringing them back to life, dude. And then he becomes like God of the sacred timeline. I was like, fuck, dude. That's awesome, dude. I love that.
He got his throne.
Yeah. And did you think of Hellboy when he was growing his horns back? That's what I thought of.
No.
I was like, this is some Hellboy shit.
I loved his slippers. I was like, damn, he's gonna be comfortable on that throne. That was awesome, dude.
Did not look comfortable.
It was and visually it was pretty good.
Yeah,
That scene was impressive.
it was very good, very well done. I like
So
his
yeah, that was
his smirk on his face too at the end when they come in tight.
a win for Marvel. Not sure it balances out the L of the Marvels. Apparently, to no one's surprise, did not do well at the box office on opening weekend.
I think
lot of people
I'm going this weekend. I think.
A lot of people said it was a fun movie, though.
Yeah, and that my issue with it has never been, oh, this is going to be terrible. My issue with it is it's going to be mid, just like Doctor Strange, just like the Ant-Man movies.
Yeah.
It could have been. It could the last Thor movie is probably the worst one and my least favorite Marvel movie of all time. But this just looks like more of the same. Nothing of consequence happens. A bunch of it's more jokes than there is action.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not even about it being a bad movie. It is about fatigue, Marvel fatigue, but it's I think it's fatigue from a certain kind of Marvel movie. Because again, Guardians does humor well. That was successful. That series, all three of those movies did really well. People care about those characters, but
I want to go see it, and I'm trying not to. Like, I keep seeing headlines,
dude, with these box office numbers, it'll be on Disney Plus next month, dude. Like, why bother? Like,
because I like going to the movies. I mean, I just haven't had time to go see it. I'll go see it. I'm trying not to spoil it for me because people keep talking about the end credit scenes.
What spoiler? Like, what are you trying to? What do you think could happen in this movie that would?
I don't know. I just want to go in fresh, man.
I don't think there's any. Like, if somebody told me the entire plot, detail by detail, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. That's what they would do. They have no surprises in these movies anymore. So I don't think that somebody could reveal something to me.
See it, so fuck off, man.
I'm allowed to have an opinion.
To see it. You can
but
have
you
an opinion.
didn't go to see it on opening weekend
because I haven't had time.
But
I haven't had time to play with my
Sean's
toys. I haven't had time to go to the movies.
Sean's always like Kang. He's like, I know everything that's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, I do. I mean, it's if you pay attention like I do, it's not hard.
Blah blah blah. Yeah. You're the best. We got it. All right, Kang.
I mean, you could look at it that way, or you could look at it as like, oh, here's a man who has educated himself and might actually know a thing or three.
And plays with his toys.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's right.
I'm like Rob, though.
Disclaimer in there.
I still want to see it in the theater. I enjoy going to the theater, especially for big movies.
I like going to the movies for movies worth seeing. Dude, you want to hear some bullshit? This is some news that just came out today. So you guys might know that I've been obsessed with the home release of True Lies. I fucking love that movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger, James Cameron movie from 1994, if you don't know. Came out on DVD, like late 90s, early 2000s. That's it. A non-anamorphic DVD is the last release of True Lies, official release. And all this year, I've been getting tidbits. I go to a lot of physical media websites, and they've been talking about True Lies and Titanic and The Abyss. But my focus is on True Lies. And rumors. And then like a month or so ago, they were like, it's coming in December. I'm like, sweet. And then today, like, big announcement. The digital version is coming in December. Physical version is coming in March. I'm like, fuck.
Buy
it twice.
Yeah.
And
what's the problem?
But there is good news.
Capitalism at its best.
It is going to have a Dolby. No, this is the next thing I'm going to tell you is capitalism at its best. Well, the thing after this, which is it does have a Dolby Vision transfer, which is fantastic. Not everybody does Dolby Vision transfers. Now, the capitalism at its finest, you may remember that both Avatar movies came out on 4K earlier this year. I don't remember exactly when. I think first half of the year at some point. And I bought both of them because I was like, oh, these will be great. This will really show off the TV and the audio and everything. This is going to be something to really demonstrate the quality of your home theater. Bought both of those. No Dolby Vision transfers. That's fine. It's not a huge difference. I do like it though. They're re-releasing the fucking Avatars movies with Dolby Vision in December on disc. Already in the same year. In the same year they're re-releasing these movies. They just came out this year. They're already releasing better versions. That is capitalism at its finest. That is fucked up.
Well, wait a minute. True Lies still did well, right? At the box
Yeah.
Oh,
office.
it was a
Yeah,
huge hit. It was a huge hit.
stayed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they should throw a little money at this disc here.
Well, no, the disc is going to be great, but it's not coming out till March now. The disc it's a full remaster, 4K transfer. Like I said, with Dolby Vision and everything, they're doing it right. And like I said, I'll be buying it in December digitally, but physical copy will be out in March of next year. I can't believe they're already re-releasing the Avatar movies in the same fucking year that they came out on 4K. Like that's infuriating.
Okay.
And just making them just slightly better, just ever so slightly better.
I thought you were saying the True Lies didn't have Dolby Vision. Okay.
No. All the
so you're getting what you want. So that's cool.
But I gotta
Steve's
wait.
like, you whiny bitch.
Yeah, stop being
Right?
a whiny bitch.
You're getting what
you guys
want.
don't think it's fucked up to
Just
re-release a movie in the same year and release a better version? That imagine if they did that with the Matrix. They put the Matrix out finally in 4K. And it's got an HDR release, but you're like, oh man, I wish I had Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision. And then 6 months later, they're just like, here's Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision.
Yeah,
That's
guess
fucked
what?
up.
I'm the guy that says, "Oh, well, they fucked me again," and then as I walk to the store with a dick in my ass, that's what happened.
Yeah, that's some greedy ass shit though. I can't believe like that announcement caught me off guard. I'm like,
Hey,
how are you gonna put out?
You got to pay for that next Avatar movie. Come on.
Oh my god, seriously, that is so fucked up to be though. Like in the same year they're putting out a
Sorry, sorry, you getting them?
Yeah, I'll be good.
And he's not waiting. He's going to get the digital copy, and he's going to
the Avatar is different. Avatar's coming out on digital, and then a week later coming out physical. And truthfully, I won't buy those at launch. I will buy them eventually, and I need to trade in my old copies, but that's not something I need day one or anything. But I do want, like, if you really want to experience a movie, you know, in its highest fidelity, was something I really love that he did this back on the Blu-ray version of Avatar even too, is he used the highest capacity disc that was available back then on Blu-ray. I think the highest capacity now is 100 gigs. And he just puts the movie on there. He'll do a 100 gig disc, even though you can do a 66 gig 4K Blu-ray. So he maximizes all, like, it's as uncompressed as it could possibly be and still fit on that disc. And it's just the movie. No, all the special features are somewhere else, which I love that he does that too. You just get the highest fidelity audio and picture you can possibly get off a 4K disc.
Yeah. Too bad it's Avatar.
Too bad it's fucking Avatar. It does look amazing, but god damn it, it's Avatar. Fucking Avatar.
I haven't watched the second one again yet because it was 3.5 hours long. So I was like, I saw it at the theater. I'm good.
You saw the first one. This one was in water. It's got a bunch of kids' names. I really can't remember.
I didn't hate the second one at all. I don't want to sit 3.5 hours again.
I like the second one a lot more on second viewing. And again, I went in to appreciate it from a purely technical standpoint, not from a story standpoint. And the story is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a little bland. And I think a lot of my issues just tie into the fact that why does everybody show up for these movies? I don't understand, but I guess it's the spectacle. It's seeing the latest in cinema technology is what it really comes down to, which should be Star Wars. Star Wars should be putting those movies out, right? Like that should be the latest.
You went to Avatar while it was in theaters.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I mean. I see it, and that's seeing it in the theater was awesome when they did the high frame rate stuff. Again, coupled with the 3D, and all I could think was this would be so much cooler if that was an X-wing and not a little mini submarine. You know, like that wouldn't that have been way cooler to see a fight, a battle scene in Star Wars instead of blue cat people underwater?
They can't even write a Star Wars story anymore. I mean, now you want them to go all out.
Hey, if they can't write a story, at least show me something cool, man.
So when's this next Avatar come out?
Who the fuck knows?
2030.
But it does. Yeah, it's obviously making money, so they're going forward with the next 7 or however many they have.
I do wonder what the margin is at the end of the day after ad spend and everything. And I wonder, like, are they spending $600 million to make and promote the movie? and so it makes 400 million, but 400 million isn't all that much when you spent 600 million.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So this next one, they're just going to go around the whole Pandora and find different species of avatars.
I think what they did is James Cameron played a little known video game called Super Mario Brothers, and he saw there was a water level. So I think we're due for a fire level and maybe a cloud level.
and then,
so
and then
just ice. We need an ice level too.
Sand.
So.
Don't forget about sand.
don't forget sand. That's yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of places he can go in this Mario game.
He should have done the Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, I think he's just hitting all the elements, most likely.
And why wouldn't he? Making all that fucking money.
He's making that money somehow. And I just love that this is the franchise he stuck with. He created Terminator, and he's like, you know what? Fuck Terminator. Blue Cat people. That's where my heart is.
What do you mean, fuck Terminator? There's been like tons of Terminator movies.
No, but he made 2. That was it. And
he doesn't have any input on any of those other Terminator.
He produces and stuff. Yeah, he doesn't write. He wrote and directed the first 2 Terminators. After that, he gets a producer credit. He supposedly had input on the last one.
He makes a lot of money from it.
Have you seen Avatar? Maybe he's running out of great ideas.
Dude, I don't know, man. He could do that Terminator stuff with with all the CGI that he's using in Avatar, just direct it towards doing a Terminator movie. You don't need a fantastic story. Like, it's Terminator.
You can't beat Terminator 2. You can't get better than that movie. Like, just that's probably why he quit, because he's like, this is a fucking perfect movie. He's like, we're done with Terminator.
Yeah, he seems to have lost interest, though, which is a shame.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Damn. When I saw that liquid metal Terminator, Jesus, that was one of the coolest moments in my childhood.
Incredibly cool. All right, so what else do we got going on? Any other big news?
I'm sorry. I normally have a lot of notes, but I was busy. I'm sorry.
Deshaun Watson is out for the season.
Oh yeah.
That's the biggest news we've.
Yeah, let's talk sports.
Dude, I thought you were pranking me, because as soon as you texted, I was like, "What?" So I went to the CBS Sports, and they didn't have anything, and then I Googled it, and there was nothing like on a news feed. I was like, Steve got some fresh, fresh take.
I was on top of that shit. I listen to Cleveland local radio in the morning, and the guy, he's like, we have breaking news, and like he started reading
immediately started crying.
It was bad, dude. He was like, no, Deshaun Watson out for the season. I was like, dude, like, I don't know if the listener watches football, but like Rob and I and Sean, he'll sometimes watch sports, but Rob and I grew up Browns fans, and they're just the worst franchise in history, dude. Like, since the Super Bowl era started, they're just like, it's them and the Lions, and now the Lions are doing great, and like I thought we were doing great, and next thing you know, it just whatever. You're a Browns fan. It's just Browns are going to Browns. This is what happens every fucking
even
time.
When they do things right, it's just dumb fucking luck happens. Like the guy fumbles.
Dumb bad luck.
John Elway.
There's always something that just fucking goes on. And Sean's like, why do you keep watching this shit? I was like, I don't know. I have no idea. It's like the same reason Sean keeps going to see Star Wars movies. Like, he just keeps hoping there's going to be a good outcome. And there just never is.
I've had plenty of time just to become a Jacksonville Jaguar fan. But you can't do it. It's just, it's not right.
Yeah, you can do it.
But no.
You can.
No.
Yeah.
How come you haven't?
Because every time I watch football, I think of like when we were younger, and Dad and Mom and everybody having a good time. Just like this last game we watched, we beat Baltimore. Like, I'm hugging my son, we're jumping up and down, I'm giving you high fives. It's just good time trying to recreate that part.
The highs are high and the lows are low.
And the lows are low. But yeah, so
looks I've just been posing a figure while you guys are talking.
Sounds like sports.
That's like the biggest news of the week.
Yeah. So why didn't you ever get into sports as like we did, Sean?
I think I've gone over this. There's a variety of reasons. I was into sports. Then my mom took the TV away, and plus it was a 13-inch black and white TV anyway. So that really limited my access and therefore my interest. I didn't have like some sort of like father figure in my life who was into sports. So the most I was into sports was actually playing sports. I loved playing football, mostly at school, sometimes in the neighborhood. But yeah, it was just hard to keep up. But I do like I remember I have memories of watching that game where they had to switch end zones because the dog pound was throwing batteries and shit onto the field. And I think wasn't that a Denver game or no?
Cincinnati. Several games. I think the big one was Cincinnati, wasn't it?
But I remember seeing that on my little 13-inch black and white TV.
Isn't that why they have plastic bottles in stadiums now? Because they were throwing like glass bottles, like beer bottles and stuff.
It was bad. They
I'm
literally
pretty-
had to switch end zones.
Dude, I'm pretty sure that's why.
I was proud of the dog pound that day though. But
it was a bad call.
it was a horrible call. Like
whatever happened, it was bad.
Like we are justified in throwing glass bottles at children.
Yeah, I think they were throwing children. They were throwing cameras. Like they just anything they had, they were throwing that shit on at the opposing team that day. But yeah, I remember the whole Broncos Browns rivalry. But almost everything I experienced was, second or third hand, basically. So I just never got into it.
Yeah, but you
never. And then when I chose my nerddom went to comic books. I chose not to be a sports nerd.
Yeah, that was
because I had better access to like I go to a friend's house, you could watch a movie anytime. The Browns games were on Sundays, 16 days a year or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it was easier to access the other stuff, but it was never anything like, oh, I don't like sports or whatever. It was just more of an access thing and a lack of an influence. It was never, even when I had the TV, it wasn't like anybody in my house cared about watching the game other than me. So that you lose that social aspect even.
Yeah, it was definitely, it was definitely my dad. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Got me started.
Passed on the curse.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got off that narcotic because it's pretty painful, man.
Like I said, well, like you said, the Star Wars thing, that's basically the same thing at this point. Like I'm gonna keep going. I keep going to see the shit, but I don't know what it'll take.
You know what I thought too when they first signed that dude? I was like, it would be justice if that guy got hurt.
Right?
Like for all them sexual assaults he had, I was like, the one thing that should happen is him get hurt.
And nobody wants to give him physical therapy.
And the Browns have to pay him $230 million guaranteed. It's all guaranteed money.
Oh, that's insane. Like that shit's fucking insane.
It's fucking nuts, dude.
I don't understand that deal at all. And I definitely don't follow the business side of sports, and that deal just sounded insane to me from day one.
Desperate for a quarterback.
God damn.
So when I saw that news today, I was like, oh. I just started laughing, dude. Because when you lose so much, it's just you're numb to it. It's like you can't. Yeah. I don't even feel pain anymore. It's just humorous at this point.
I feel like all his physical therapists are dudes now. Like nobody wants. No females want to help him. It's all male physical therapists. That's a shame. What's their record right now?
6-3.
Wow.
Yeah. They had a chance to actually win the division. And dude, I understand why they went and got this guy because he was going to get us to the next level. Like he's really good when he's on. Huh. So like the quarterbacks we've had in the past, they're good as long as everything else is good around them. This guy would have got us to the next level, but it's not happening. It's going to tank from here.
Well, I'm glad they're starting a rookie. We'll see what he's got.
He'll probably fucking snap his leg or something.
Yeah, he'll have a career game against Pittsburgh, and then he's out the next.
Well, yeah. What is
That's what being a Browns fan is.
What is
being a Browns fan? What is
playing
Pittsburgh? a Pittsburgh player shoots a Browns player. The ref doesn't call anything.
Right.
Somehow the Browns lose for 10 yards on it. Like that's what being a Browns fan is.
Yeah, that you laugh, but that will happen, dude. Like there'll be next game, a guy will come out with an assault rifle and just mow down 3 players.
They'll be like, for being in the way of the bullets.
They'll be like unsportsmanlike on Cleveland.
They'll be like offsides on Cleveland. He ran directly into that bullet. That was his fault. He should not have been offsides. But it's a scene from Last Boy Scout. Do you remember that? Like the beginning of the movie?
Yeah.
The football player just pulls out a gun and like shoots the quarterback.
That's right. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, that's it. It's a shame too, because my son was just hopping on the Browns bandwagon too. I think he's going to switch to Bengals now. I was like, I got him. Oh, he's out.
that short amount of time where I did get to watch and be a Browns fan, I even though it was very short lived, I still can't switch my allegiance. Even if I'm not a true fan or anything, I still don't want to support another team.
Yeah, why not?
It just feels disloyal. I don't know. It just feels
same here.
I feel like if you have a team within 30 miles of where you grew up, or 30, 40 miles, then that should be your team. That's why I never understood
all the Cleveland Pittsburgh fans.
Right. Yeah, that's what I never understood is the people who grew up in Northeast Ohio and they're like, I'm a Pittsburgh fan. It's like, well, you're a fucking Nazi, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're fucking Nazis to me. I don't know why, but it feels they are the people who, like, to me, they're the people that when the Nazis show up and they're like, where are you keeping your Jews? They're like, right there. They are right over there. I know how to get in if you need help with that. That's Northeast Ohio Pittsburgh fans.
That's funny because like that's how it was taught when I was younger. I was like, okay, Pittsburgh is the devil. Like, do not talk to those people. And when you get older, you'll get in fights with them. I'm like,
older. I got more fights when I was little.
But I'm like, why? Why do I hate these people? There's no reason. There's no reason for it. They're just as dumb as all of us.
Yeah, they're literally. It's the same. They're in the same situation. They grew up in a steel town. We grew up in a rubber town.
Except they have 5. How many championships? 5.
Right. They have all these rings.
I think they have like 6.
6. Yeah. Great. Yeah. 6. Well, lovely.
Yeah.
And now, like, it used to be like, oh, at least our quarterback's not a rapist.
Yeah,
I can't. Now Pittsburgh's like, we had the first rapist quarterback, so of course we're better. You just tried to steal our thunder by getting one too.
At least my dad was 12 when he got to see the Browns have their championship victory.
Nice.
Yeah, that's right. But it wasn't a Super Bowl.
Too bad it wasn't televised, and he couldn't afford a TV. But he was alive when it happened.
Yeah. That is what's crazy is like how many championships they actually have that apparently just don't matter.
Right. Right.
They just don't matter.
They got
the name is different.
Yeah, but that was like when they were all like, there was like 2 black guys. Like that doesn't really count, It's like a bunch of fucking white guys with no mask. Like that's not football. So so they're probably going to lose some games. They might make it to the playoffs, but they ain't going to go far if they do.
Yeah, we shall see. That's why they play the game. Hey, man, Eagles did it with their backup. They won a Super Bowl. Yeah. All right. Let's play with our toys. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
I'm getting upset.
Are you getting depressed?
I need a beer.
Some of the listeners are sports fans. They're like, finally.
All right. What else is going on? Yeah, I don't really have anything exciting. Recommended like I said. Oh, did you guys start watching Invincible yet?
No, I forgot.
Got 2 episodes in, man. Good stuff.
I told you. I watched Cobra Kai. That was it.
All right. So, did everybody watch Alien?
Yes.
Yep.
Let's get into Alien.
It's been a while since I saw this one. It was fun.
Yeah, I was like, I get the second one confused with this one.
Second one was James Cameron.
Yeah.
All right, so this came out in 1979. It's directed by Ridley Scott and written by Dan O'Bannon, based on a story by Dan O'Bannon and a guy named Ronald Shusett.
Was Ridley
Stars
Scott
Tom.
the Die Hard guy?
No. Ridley Scott
Ridley-
was
He did
Gladiator.
He did
Yeah.
Blade Runner.
Oh, okay.
Blade Runner. Yeah,
Okay.
that's his sci-fi one.
Who did Die Hard?
He's doing Napoleon too. That's supposed to be coming out.
Die Hard was John McTiernan.
That's right. Okay, thank you.
I watched Die Hard 2 the other day because, Christmas.
It's a goddamn
Wow.
bottleneck.
I like when he starts shooting and nobody does anything. Like when he starts shooting in the tower and everybody's just like, holy shit, that guy's crazy. And he's like, they're fucking blanks.
I thought you liked the part where it opens up with the guy doing a calisthenic.
Well, dude, when he turns around with that remote, like that's scary, man. Like the way he turns that TV off, I was like, "Whoo, this is an evil dude right here." I've never seen anybody turn a TV off like that before.
What's more terrifying, that or the guy that walks around in glass in his shoes in Moon Knight?
Yeah, I don't know.
I forgot that actually happened.
Anyway, all right. So Alien, 1979. This is a post-Star Wars movie in a post-Star Wars world. So we get this sci-fi horror movie, basically, that I'm guessing caught some people off guard. Dude, one of the things I love about this movie is how everybody portrays the whole scenario outside of the alien is everybody's just very believable as their characters. They're all just blue collar people working, as freighter, working on this freighter, basically.
We gonna get paid. We gonna get paid.
I was just about to say that, dude. I've never related to a character more in my life than Parker. I was like, we're not going there if we're not getting paid. Turn this fucking ship or keep it going. We ain't turning around. Let's go.
Right.
I was like, I'm with you, man.
So yeah, you have like these realistic conversations. So what that sets up though is the fantastic scene that everybody is used to by now though. But when John Hurt starts choking at the dinner table, you're used to seeing him at the dinner table having these mundane, relatable conversations. And then a fucking alien bursts out, which again, we had never seen anything like that in a movie.
I love how it just...
Yeah, it did.
You think anybody caught? Did you think anybody caught that the first time they saw it when they were alluding to it with the bones breaking out? Remember that whole dialogue they were talking about?
The foreshadowing.
No. I mean,
no,
I don't know, but I
didn't.
I don't think anybody was expecting a scene like that.
Yeah, but it is kind of. They did put it out there. It's like, okay,
yeah, no, they set it up. They set everything up. You have all that wonderful, Giger designed the alien, of course, but he designed all that stuff that we saw when they landed on that planet or that asteroid or whatever it was. But yeah, you have this crazy alien design that, when I watch it now, it's like, okay, it's a man in suit. But as a kid, I was like, is that real? Like, do bugs get that big? Like, what is that thing? Like, it was horrifying with the mouth inside the mouth.
Yeah.
So much innovation and new shit and nobody is like, I don't think anybody has done anything that well since then.
Acid blood.
Great,
man.
Right.
Great creature.
And then the way you get face raped to you get impregnated, like that's all horrifying.
Yeah.
God damn.
Like I had to pause it a couple of times. I was like, where's this little tiny face hitting them, when it strikes? Yeah. I still didn't figure it out.
Goes right down the throat, apparently. But I'm talking about the face huggers. But are you talking about like the mouth in the mouth attack?
Yeah, mouth in the mouth. Yeah, they did it real quick, and I'm like, okay, somebody just got hit, but I don't know where.
Right. And then down to the finale, which I don't know if I sent you guys. Supposedly, in one of the bonus features, I haven't seen it for myself, but somebody online said in one of the bonus features, Ridley Scott was talking about how Sigourney Weaver's in like those tiny panties and that like little half bra shirt thing, and he said, man, she would not shave her bush. She had all this hair sticking out. He's like, digital artists had to go in. We had to pay him like $4,000 to edit out her minge, as he called it. And I was just cracking up that like that was his memory of that scene was she wouldn't fucking put pants on or anything. Like she wouldn't shave. And I was
it's
like,
79, man.
Right.
Free love, baby. She's such
She
a
can do no
strong
wrong.
character, dude. That was 1979.
What's cool about that is, and you don't, me seeing the movie years after the fact. I think I had seen Aliens before I saw Alien, so I knew she survived and stuff. But when you watch that movie, I think if you try to go in blind, you probably think Tom Skerritt is going to be the hero of the movie, right? Like it's kind of set up where he's the main guy.
Yeah,
he's going to be the one, and when he's not, you're just like, oh shit, everybody's up for grabs, and this motherfucker,
He
killed
got
Tom
taken out
Skerritt
early too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, and that's what we were talking about last week. Or how, dude, there were movies with strong women characters, and we just never. I don't know.
We never thought about it.
A good movie is a good movie. It does,
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And the Terminator movies too. But yeah, and then especially you only get glimpses of her. Like she's kind of just doing her job on the ship. And then, but she doesn't want to let them back in though. That becomes like the first point where she starts asserting herself. And then the milk-filled
from
man
that moment on
lets him in.
The milk-filled man.
The milkman. But yeah, and then she has the fight at the end, and then a great character progression for her in the second movie.
Hey, where was the cat when she opened the airlock?
Oh, I don't know.
The cat's in the sleep chamber. She put her in the sleep chamber before.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember.
It was before the final fight with the alien.
All right, good.
But isn't that how the second one starts? Didn't it like infect the cat or something?
No. The second one she was just in cryo sleep for like 50 years or 150. I forget how long.
Oh, I thought
the cat was fine.
Oh, I thought the cat got infected by the alien or something.
No. Nobody. Yeah, no. There is a dream sequence. It's not really the cat. The cat's like hissing and stuff, but there's a dream sequence where she, like Sigourney Weaver, Ripley, has a chest burster come out, but it's just a dream sequence in the second one. But,
okay.
But no. And then the way I think Alien 3 starts, is like Michael Bihn's character and the little girl have both died because of aliens or whatever. And then it gets into a dog, and there's like that dog-like alien in Alien 3.
I don't remember.
Anyway,
all I know is one thing is they should have put that fucking cat in the box a long time ago, because it was like every time they thought it was some fucking alien, dude.
God damn it, Jonesy!
Damn it, Jones. Jonesy. At what point were you like? Could you have gone once you saw those egg sacs? Like, I'm out of there, man. Like,
right?
Once I fall, remember he tripped, I'm like, oh, okay, this is it. All right, I'm back to the ship. Get some of those homemade flamethrowers or whatever.
Right.
Let's get the fuck out of here, dude.
But what's his name? God damn it. What's the android's name?
Ash.
I keep wanting to call him Bishop, but Ash, aka Bilbo Baggins, he's just doing everything to undermine all that.
Yeah.
So
he's the one that let him in.
Yeah.
I love how his neck was halfway hanging off there in that fight scene. I was like, oh, this is great.
I love how they're fixing his head, and it's like they're getting it just right, and then they cut away, and then hey, he's got his real head.
And it's clearly it's an actual person. Yeah.
That wasn't as bad as the alien after it burst out of at Kane's chest, just going across the table. It's like somebody obviously had like a wire on that and they were pulling it real fast. But yeah, what are you gonna do, man? 1979, that's cool as fuck.
That was awesome practical effects, man.
And that's the thing too. If you're watching it for the first time and you're not expecting the chest burst, that alien runaway is like you're still absorbing what just happened.
Yeah,
so the alien runaway isn't really registering with you. Hey, shut up.
There's a great scene because like everybody's got blood on their face, but Dallas is just like he's just speechless. He's just stunned. He's got like blood all over his face,
Yeah.
And he's just like, what the fuck is going on? He's so traumatized he couldn't even move. That was great.
So this is one of my favorite franchises. I love everything. I love the impact that this franchise has had on video games. Like we wouldn't, speaking of Halo earlier, we wouldn't have games like Halo if it weren't for Alien. We probably wouldn't have had Doom if it weren't for Aliens, I should say. But we wouldn't have Aliens without Aliens. So it all goes back to the same stuff. But without, you think about motion trackers in video games and guns and just everything that happens in that second movie. Like so many shooter games are basically based on Aliens.
I looked up it was number 5 at total box office that year. I was like, damn,
scary movie, man.
Yeah, but
Star Wars was still in theaters,
dude.
the next year.
Amityville Horror was number 2.
Shut up!
So that's what I was shocked. I was like, that's a horror movie, and that's 2. That's why I was like, dude, I thought Alien would have been higher.
Dude, that's a new genre, though. Space, space.
Yeah, it had the sci-fi horror slant to it.
Yeah. Like Kramer versus
go back to
Kramer
73. 73 was The Exorcist. That was like the number 1 movie that year. The Exorcist, which at the time was terrifying because people still believed in God and shit. So
why don't the horror movies get more love at the Oscars then?
Oh, because that is just horror movies are like heavy metal. Like it doesn't matter how good it is. Critics just can't stomach that shit. A lot of them won't give it a pass unless it's like artsy. It has to be artsy fartsy A24 stuff where every goddamn monster is basically just representing someone's grief or something. Like, it has to have it can't just be a straight up like horror movie. Yeah, it's like all the stuff I love. Basically, it's shunned by the quote unquote the critics, and it's one of the reasons I hate critics is because they exclude so much stuff in their efforts to seem elevated and above. And to me, they just seem like idiots. Like you're cinematic idiots if you're only saying these genres are worth enjoying. Then you're an idiot. There's plenty of entertainment and joy to be found in plenty of other genres of movies.
Yeah, like Marvels.
Well, I said genres. I don't know. Comic book movies, yes. And comic book movies don't get much love either, obviously, because again, that they're looked down upon. Everybody goes to see them, but nobody. If people want to act like serious critics of something, they can't mention that. It's like, okay.
I had a Steve moment when I was watching this Alien, and when they first showed Jones, and I was like, oh, this was made in 1979. And I was like, wow, no matter what year it is, cats look the same. like Sigourney Weaver, all the humans, they all look like they're in the 70s. And I'm like, well, cats are the same.
Cats are timeless.
That's actually a good Steve moment.
Yeah. So I was
cats
just like,
are timeless, is what Steve is saying. Like they have timeless fashion aesthetic.
And then I immediately went to wonder if dogs are timeless. Ain't no 70s bush on that cat.
That they showed you.
Yeah, man, I loved it. 9 out of 10.
Rob, did you do okay? How many pairs of underwear did you go through? That'll be your rating, Rob.
0.
0. Oh, that's no good.
Sorry.
Wait, that's good for him though?
Yeah, good for me.
That means he didn't get scared.
I still was scared, and I knew what was going to happen.
Did you get Aiden to watch it with you?
Nah.
No, that's a shame.
That's not really scary though, is it?
I mean,
yeah, when I saw it was.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a scary movie for sure.
No, I'm saying now after rewatching, it's not scary to you, is it?
Well, rewatching, yeah. No, most movies on rewatch are not scary. No, you see everything coming.
I knew what was going to happen, and it still scared me.
But even as adults too, it's just much harder to get scared. Your imagination is dead. So, like I put horror movies on to go to sleep at night. Like they're like lullabies to me now. Or as a kid, I'd watch a horror movie and have nightmares about it for a week.
They must have took some notes from Moon Knight because some of the scenes they just left. And I wanted to see what happened to Dallas. They just all the fucking murder and blood was off screen.
That is not a Moon Knight choice so much as it is a ratings board choice. To get certain rating, to get your R rating, especially back then, they probably had to cut out some gore. It was a very common occurrence. Now, whether they actually shot the gore, I don't know. But a lot of movies got chopped up just so they could get that R rating.
It's budget too. All that shit was practical, bro. Ain't no digitizing shit.
Man, I love these old movies, man. It's so much fun. I love watching that. The intro to the spaceship, dude. They did a little Star Wars intro. And it was only 2 years later, and it looked fantastic, man.
Yeah,
I thought
that's just miniatures. That's models, you know.
I was like, why aren't the lights underneath the ship? Why are they all crooked? It looked like they strung up fucking Christmas lights on the bottom.
That's what they did.
Yeah. I was like, can these be parallel?
Oh man, I have no comic book selected for next week. Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves. What do you give this Alien, Rob?
A 9. I can't give a scary movie 10. So
yeah,
right.
Those 70s movies, sometimes they're just like, oh God, just pick up the pace. You know, some of the scenes when they're walking around the hallways, it's like, this is taking too long. Let's go.
See, I thought they were definitely building up suspense with those scenes.
That's what they're doing. I get it. It's just, it seems like they do that too long in 70s movies.
Yeah.
Like I'm still on the edge of my seat. I just saw something pop out of the dude's chest. Like I'm on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, and I love how the scene is set up with them like, hey, you're okay, and it's jovial and they're laughing, and then shit hits the fan. Like
everything
like
goes
that range
shit.
of emotion in that scene was
I like how Sigourney's telling Parker, shut the hell up.
Right? It's like, such a realistic reaction though.
Yeah. It's like, sounds like me with the family at the dinner table. Eat your food, shut the hell up. Yeah.
All right, I'm scrolling through my digital comics here trying to pick something.
I can pick for you.
What do you have in mind? Let's hear your suggestion.
I want you guys to read that Philadelphia series and tell me what you think.
Philadelphia. Is that available for free? Is it in your
probably not
Comixology? Do you have it digitally?
Yeah, I think I bought it. Yeah, I bought it. You could use my password if you want.
All right, we could do.
Didn't you say you got rid of Marvel? Didn't you say you got rid of your Marvel app?
No, I have Marvel Unlimited. I got rid of my actual, I don't have any physical subscriptions anymore though right now.
Oh, physical. Okay, I got you. I thought you got rid of the Unlimited app.
No, I still have that. But yeah, as far as their current stuff, I just have no interest in it, so I canceled all my subscriptions.
You can do this Kill or Be Killed. This was good.
Kill or Be Killed.
I don't know if that one's available.
Well, you tell me what you have on your app.
Well, I definitely have Philadelphia Volume 1.
All right, let's do Philadelphia Volume 1 then. This is a Steve pick.
Wow.
All right, so I got to use somebody's app?
Yeah.
I'm canceling my subscription.
Yeah, we keep telling you to do that. I don't know why you're holding out on them. I don't know. Nobody's trying to stop you.
It's like a year and a half in. Rob's like, I'm canceling my subscription.
It's like, please. And every time we're like, you should do that. You should 100% do that.
They raised the rate too.
I canceled my DC Infinite a while ago, and then all of a sudden I got resubscribed, and I had to contact them and said, I did not sign up for this. So they had to give me my little $8 refund.
Yeah, I'm curious what you guys would think of this. It's horror.
Who is this written by? What's the creative team?
I don't know. I just started reading it because I saw it on the 901 comics page. Look it up.
Of course. Got to do the legwork.
I told you I had no notes going in this episode. Like, I'm sorry.
Dude, how are you going to read a comic and then have no idea who wrote it?
I just started reading. I was like, it looks interesting, so I started reading it. Dude, I don't know half the art. We read all these comics. I don't remember the artist names. I barely remember the writer's names.
All right. Rodney Barnes, Jason Sean Alexander. I know that name. He is drawn Spawn.
Ah, okay.
So I know him. He's a great artist.
What about Rodney Barnes? You know that guy?
Do not know Rodney Barnes. The breakout star behind such hit shows as Marvel's Runaways, Stars, American Gods, and HBO's Winning Time. So he sounds fantastic.
Winning Time. That I like that. That's the Lakers show.
You would like that.
Oh my god.
You would. I mean, wouldn't you? I mean, you like sports.
Yeah, but you said
Makes
that
sense.
with such a negative connotation, dude.
Right.
Like,
But but when people say it back to me, I never take offense to it because I'm like, yeah.
well, it's your tone,
would.
dude.
Like, does the tone hurt?
You would, you fucking moron. You might as well just follow it up with that. Like, that's what it feels like.
Nah, it's like I said, it's just been like, yeah, you would like that.
Most plebeians would. You fucking dumb shit.
It's pronounced plebeians. Anyway. All right, so Philadelphia will be our comic for next week, volume 1.
It is horror, but it's not too scary, Rob. You'll be all right.
Rob's gonna be reading and be like, oh! throw his iPad. Like, oh my god, scared me. Too scary.
Yeah, sorry, man. That's all I got. I got shit else.
All right,
I totally failed the podcast this week. I'm sorry. I didn't.
That's fine. People like short podcasts. We go too long normally, so this is good. This is a good thing. Nobody's trying to listen to us for 2 hours. I guarantee it. No one's ever like, "Wow, I wish there was 3 more hours of this show." So this is a good ending point right here. And my family makes fun of me every week. They say they exaggerate horribly how long it takes me to do the podcast. Like, oh, I guess I can't come out of my bedroom for 8 hours because you're doing the podcast. I'm like, 1, it's never stopped you. 2, it's 2 hours tops. Calm down. 2 hours once a week.
They're not any louder than your dogs. I think it'd be fine.
And I don't care. They act like they come out here and have dance parties normally. And I'm like, no licensed music, fellas. Come on now. Like, people just come out here, and if people are doing stuff out here, it's usually because I have the TV on, and so they've decided to join me.
I want to be with my Faja.
My Faja. All right, so we'll be back next week. I believe, next week. No reason not to do next week.
Oh, really?
Probably not. It's Thanksgiving.
Next week is Thanksgiving. Are you serious?
The night before Thanksgiving.
No,
I'll probably be.
Holy shit! You're right.
Yeah.
So are we taking next week off, or what's the deal?
More than likely.
2 weeks from now.
Steve's got to go to mass.
Okay. So all right. So we'll be in 2 weeks. We'll be back. So we'll do a show on like the 29th or around
Steve's
then.
Got to go to Thanksgiving.
I have to argue with my father-in-law.
Just push him down some stairs. That'll teach him.
I'm actually thinking about it. Like, he's really annoying, but he's family. Can't wait.
That so doesn't matter to me. All right. Thanks for listening. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble, gobble.